Before we start this video, I would like to say that you can download all the English study sources that I use in my videos for free. All you have to do is just to go check out my pinned comment under this video and click the link to download the sources for free. You know that for the past 2 weeks, I've been sharing study plans on this channel. And today I wanted to make a video where I talk about, where I analyze all those study plans so that you can truly understand which study plan you should follow out of those 3 study plans. On this channel, you know that I have 3 study plans and I want you to pick the proper one for your level. Before you start to use those study plans, what I want to do is, the first thing is, you need to identify your level. How are you going to identify your level? You might call yourself intermediate level or advanced level or beginner level. When it comes to identifying your level, the only question that you need to ask yourself is, what is your fluency? You might think to yourself like you're intermediate level or you're advanced level, but are you really intermediate level in terms of speaking? For me, when it comes to learning language, the only thing that matters is speaking English fluently. The other thing is, whatever study plan that you choose to follow, you choose to learn English with, you need to make your preparation process beforehand. You need to make sure that you complete your preparation process before you actively start to learn English. So technically, you get your scripts, you check out those lines one by one, you check out the words that you don't know, and you write down the meaning of those words for every single episode that you're gonna work with. For instance, let's say that you will practice and learn English with the first 10 episodes of Friends. What you need to do is, you need to work on those 10 episodes of Friends. You need to check out every single line that you don't know. You need to check and see the lines that you don't know. And after you complete this process, this preparation process, then you can actively start to learn English. So long story short, choose your sitcom that you want to learn English with, which is Friends. And download the subtitles of Friends, like first 15 episodes of Friends. And then print out the subtitles, scripts. And if you don't know how to do that, you can DM me on Instagram. And after getting your scripts, after printing out your scripts, check out lines one by one and see if there is any word that you don't know. And look up the words that you don't know in the dictionary and write down the meaning of those words, whether it's in your first language or it's from English to English, however you feel comfortable with. And do the same thing for 15 episodes of Friends. And after looking up every single word that you don't know in the dictionary, then you can actively start to practice with your scripts. Don't start to practice and learn English before you complete your preparation process properly, because completing your preparation process will make it so much easier for you to learn English, and it will 100% increase your productivity, and it will help you to stay consistent, and it will help you to have a routine.
While you're on a roll, if you feel like you gotta make like a Western omelet or something.
While you're on a roll, if you feel like you gotta make a Western omelet or something. While you're on a roll. For instance, 8 years ago, me, as you can see here, right here, didn't know the meaning of on a roll. Like, what is the meaning of on a roll? While you're on a roll. I didn't know that. Now, I don't know the meaning of on a roll. And I don't stop in the middle of practicing with the scripts and go look up the word in the dictionary, on my phone or on my PC. Because I already wrote down the meaning of roll, on a roll. And directly I check the meaning on a roll, like what is the meaning of on a roll, and then I keep going. That's it. So basically I don't get interrupted by the process of looking words up in the dictionary. That will help me to stay focused. The other thing is, the other very comforting elements of practicing with scripts is, for instance, there are hundreds of words. You can see that at the time I looked up word in dictionary before I started practicing with the scripts. And basically I know that for the next 6 months, I will not have to go look up words in the dictionary. I know that for the next 6 months, all I have to do is just to practice with my script, just to speak with my scripts, and that's it. Basically, it's so simple and it's so easy. All I have to do is to work on the only 3 minutes of the episode per day and just to speak English with the script of Friends, and that's it. So that increases your productivity, that increases your focus, that helps you to stay motivated, and that helps you to keep going. Regardless of your level, you might be beginner level, you might be intermediate level, you might be advanced level, you need to follow these 5 rules of practicing English with the script of TV shows, YouTube videos, vloggers, etc. What are the rules of learning English with the script of like an actor? I share those rules in every single one of my videos, because if you're not following those rules properly, then there is no point of practicing with those study plans, okay? I cannot stress enough how important those rules are for you to succeed in learning English with the scripts of TV shows. There is no memorization here. You don't memorize the lines, you don't memorize the words. I feel like you've understood this by now because I've talked about this many times. And another very important thing is, while you're practicing with your scripts, you're not watching the show. You don't have to watch the show hundreds of times. Watch the show. For instance, you will only like work on the, minute 5 and minute 8 today, between those 3 minutes of the episodes. And if you're gonna work on the minute 5 and minute 8 today, for instance, in the morning, while you're having your breakfast, you can only watch this part of the video. And then after watching this part of this video, you'll turn off your PC. You will start to practice with your scripts. And while you're practicing with your scripts like an actor, although actually I'm really not that hungry this morning. I don't watch the episodes. I don't watch the show. I just think about the scene. I'm just thinking about the scene. I just try to visualize the scene. I just try to remember the scene from the episodes while I am saying those lines, while I am saying this line. Although I'm not really that hungry this morning. Although actually I'm really not that hungry this morning. So basically, the minute I say this line, Joey comes to my mind, the way Joey says this line.
Although actually, I'm really not that hungry this morning.
Rachel is making their coffee, and this scene directly comes to my mind. And by doing this, actually, I'm using the language, So I train my brain to associate the words with situations. By doing this, I slowly start to understand in what context I can use those words, I can use those lines, I start to associate the words and the lines with the situations, with the context, with the characters. You don't memorize lines, you stick to the cycle methods. Cycle method is, guys, incredibly important. Cycle method is what's going to make you speak English. If you don't follow the cycle method, if you don't stick to the cycle method, you will not make a progress. In order to make the most out of it, in order to learn English with the scripts in the most efficient way, you need to stick to the cycle method. If you're not using the right time intervals, if you're not applying the right time intervals to your life based on your level, you will not be able to speak English fluently. It doesn't matter how much effort you're putting into your learning English process. It doesn't matter if you're practicing with the scripts. If you're not applying the right time intervals to your life based on your level, you will not speak English fluently. This is why I have these 3 different study plans on my channel, so that you can use the right time intervals for your English learning process. What is time interval? What is cycle method? For those of you who are new to my channel, and for those of you who don't know what is cycle method and what is those time intervals. For instance, you learn English with Friends, right? Friends is 20 minutes long, right? Every single episode are usually 20 minutes long. Let's say you're gonna learn English with the second episode of Friends. You're gonna start from the first line. You're gonna start from the minute 0. When you reach the minute 3, you will stop here. And you will spend your entire day, like 2 hours or 3 hours of your day, practicing, working on the lines between minute 0 and minute 3. So basically you will spend your entire day practicing on like the only 3 minutes of the episodes, right? So you will start from the minute 0 and you will stop at the minute 3. So if you're a complete beginner level, this is what you have to do. And tomorrow, on your second day, when you practice on this episode one more time, you will start from the minute 0 again, and you will stop at the minute 5. So you will spend your entire day only working on like the 5 minutes of the episode, only working on the lines between minute 0 and minute 5. This is the study plan you have to stick to, and this is the time rules that you have to stick to in order to learn English if you're a complete complete beginner. And to be honest, guys, this is my favorite study plan ever. So basically, the only difference between those study plans, if you look at those, if you check out those study plans, you will see that the only difference between those study plans are time intervals. Applying and implementing those time intervals to your life correctly is what's going to make you speak English fluently. So I want to be careful when it comes to choosing your study plan. Time intervals make a huge difference, guys. That's what's going to make you speak English fluently. So it doesn't matter how many hours you put into your English learning process. It doesn't matter if you're practicing, whether you're practicing with the scripts or not. If you're not following the right time intervals, if you're not implementing the right time intervals to your life, you will not be able to make progress. Let me try to explain to you guys with examples how to use the cycle method based on your level. Let's say you're a beginner level and you want to practice with the study plan. If you follow this English study plan, you will speak English 100%. If you look at it, I highlighted the first 7 days with black color and then the next 4 days with yellow color. The reason why I did that is because now if you look at it, the first day you will only work on like the between minute 0 and minute 3. You only work on this part of this friends, okay? You got the scripts, you see the timeline on the scripts, so that will make it easier for you to follow the timeline. And the second day, you start from the minute 3 and you stop at the minute 6. And the third day, you start from the minute 6, you stop at the minute 9. So basically, every single day, you work on the 3 minutes of the episode per day. So by doing this, since each Friends episode is 20 minutes long, so in this case, you will finish one episode in 7 days. This is why I highlighted the first 7 days with black colors. After you complete the first episode of Friends, the most important thing here is you don't move on to the second episode. So this is why I call the cycle method. You work on the same episode one more time. This is why I highlighted this repetition process with yellow color. On the 8th day, again, you work on the same episode, the first episode, and you work on the minutes between minute 0 and minute 5. So basically this time, instead of working on the 3 minutes of the episode, you work on the 5 minutes of the episode, because it will be kind of easier, slightly easier for you to work on the same episode when you practice for the second time. And on the second day, you work on the minute 5 and minute 10. And on the third day, you work on the minute 10 and minute 15. And the fourth day, on the last day, you work on the minute 15 and minute 20. So basically, this time, instead of finishing Friends in like 7 days, you finish Friends in only 4 days. Now this is your first study plan, okay? So basically, if you want, you can follow this study plan. So basically, guys, choose your proper study plan. Go watch my videos and choose your proper study plan and stick to those study plans. And most importantly, follow this cycle method very carefully. There are a few more important issues that I would like to point out. Always start practicing, always learn English with sitcoms. Not YouTube videos, not vloggers. If you're not intermediate level, if you're not already speaking English, it will not be beneficial for you to practice with YouTubers and vloggers. You should start your journey with sitcoms. You should embark on your English learning journey with sitcoms such as Friends, but not like The Office or Gilmore Girls. You should start with a sitcom that you can relate to easily. You need to make sure that dialogues, the way they speak, are very close to the way we speak in our daily lives. Okay? So this is why I highly recommend you to start learning English with sitcoms. And the other very important advantage of practicing with sitcoms is sitcoms will be very motivational to keep going. Let's say you will learn English with the first 15 episodes of Friends, and once you complete the episode, once you move on to the next episode and the next episode, you will get this feeling that you make progress, because with every single episode you will feel like, oh, I'm making progress, And the most important thing is you will not have to think about what you will do for like the next 6 months, because you know that for the next 6 months you will spend every single each one of your day only practicing with friends, only practicing with the first 15 episodes of Friends, and it will kind of like give you a very clear idea and mindset about your upcoming days. Make sure that, as I told you guys, you choose the right study plan based on your level, and then I wish you all the best in your English learning journey. And don't forget to share your English learning journey with scripts under these comments, under this video, and in my other videos. Please make sure that you share your story. You share your story of learning English with scripts, so that if there is any mistake that you're implementing to your English learning process throughout the process, we can detect and realize those mistakes, and we can fix those mistakes if you're practicing with the scripts and if you're not using the method in the right way. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.